Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? Glad you're here, and I'm glad I'm here because I wasn't sure, but I have my checklist, and I did remember to press go live twice because I almost didn't. It's a little crazy, right? Anyway, what we're talking about today are the goals you've set for yourself for this year. And of course, I'm assuming you've set some goals or resolutions or whatever you've done to know what you're doing this year, or maybe you're just thinking about it. Whatever you've done toward making things happen this year to get your life on track, this is what we're looking at today. And so the question at the moment is, what are your Q1 goals and how are they creating more of what you want? Because that's important, right? We want to make sure that the goals we're working on are helping us. And I see, Fran, you're still working on them. And I know, but you are thinking about them, right? You're still thinking about what it is you want to make happen and how those goals are working for you. So, this is a good thing. We're working on the goals because you want to be careful what you're doing. So that's the key question. That's the key question. Are your Q1 goals or your Q2 goals, are they going to create more of what you want? Because otherwise, you're kind of spinning your wheels and not getting any closer to the things you say you want. And we don't want that to be the case, right? We want to move closer to our goals. I know I do. I want to get closer to my goals in every opportunity in every way that I can. So, yeah. So, what are your Q goals? One goals. Let's think about one. What's one goal you have? And then we're gonna just talk about it because are they really creating more of what you want? Because it's really easy to set goals, but it's not so easy to make sure they're aligned with your vision. And that's what we're gonna explore. Because it's real easy to say, well, I want to have a six-figure business, and this year I'm gonna make six figures or seven figures, whatever, right? This is the year I'm gonna make six or $700,000 a year, right? Or I'm gonna make $100,000 a year, whatever it is that you are saying is your goal. But let's use that for example, right? Because everybody is always talking about six-figure businesses. So let's say I'm going to build myself $100,000 business this year, and I put that as my goal. But is that aligned with who you are? Is that aligned with your core values? Because if you're sitting there saying, I'm going to build a six-figure business and you're making that a primary goal, and at the same time, you have this thing that money is the root of all evil, you're going to have a problem. There's going to be a disconnect, and it's going to make it harder to reach that goal because that goal that you're setting is all about money, and you think money is the root of all evil. Now, some people work around that and they go, well, no, no, no. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's true. Except here you are, you're trying to get this increase in your money, but you think loving money is evil. Do you want to bring more of something you don't love into your life? Because if that's what you're looking at, again, you're having this disconnect. And so you have to figure out what is it that the money represents, because money has a value and it represents something. So if you're having this disconnect about money, then that goal you have is not in alignment with your values and your core of who you are. And so it's going to be very hard for you to actually achieve it, let alone feel good about it and move forward toward it, right? It's not going to bring more of what you want into your life. So, what does that six-figure income really represent to you? What does it mean? How does it look? What does it feel like to you when you have it? Because maybe it's not about six figures. Maybe it's about a new home. Maybe it's about a car. Maybe it's about being able to pay your bills without worrying or struggling. Maybe it's about being able to go on vacation. And so maybe those are the kinds of things you need to put as goals, because you can get excited about them. You can achieve them. You can put them in your life. You can move forward on them, and you can love them. They can give you life and excitement and make you want to do that. So, does that make sense? It's very different than, coming up with something that's not what you want. Thank you, Fran. Thank you for saying that. So, yeah, it's good points, because you have to figure out what it is you really want that's going to give you life, that's going to make you want to get out of bed in the morning and be excited about it. Because if it's not doing those things, you're not going to have the stick to itiveness it takes to actually move that business forward and make it grow, right? To move that goal forward. So if your quarter one goals are not in alignment with what it is you actually want to achieve, I'm going to challenge you to go back and align them, to actually make sure they're aligned with your vision, with what you really want more of in your life. Because you don't want to spend your time creating what you don't love. You don't want to spend your time creating what you don't want more of, because that's not going to, you're probably going to sabotage yourself some kind of way, and it ain't going to happen anyway. But then you're going to feel bad about it because you didn't make it happen. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. For our best work, passion has to be attached. For all of the things that we're doing, we have to be excited about it. We have to want to move forward and make those things happen. And when you're not doing that, you're actually hurting yourself. You're keeping yourself from moving forward in the best way possible, because you're not going after what you really want. So it should be like all of the pieces, all of those quarter one goals, those quarter two goals, those quarter three goals. Thank you, Linda. Oh, thanks, Fran. Yes, I couldn't see Linda's name, so thank you, Linda, for saying that. It's really, really cool that you make sure that all of your goals fit into the bigger picture of your life and your business, that they're always in harmony with your values, your passions, and what it is that you do, who you are at the core of you. Because ultimately, every goal you have, everything you do is never, ever, ever, ever actually about that destination. It's about who you become in the process of achieving that goal. And so you need to want to be the person you're going to become, because otherwise, you're never going to get there. Right? And so you know who you want to be. And if you don't, then start there. Start with who you want to be before you set a goal, so that when you're setting the goals, they reflect and line up with your ideal of who you are, right? So that everything is moving you closer to the vision rather than pulling you away. And it's not about having a laundry list of goals either. It's quality over quantity. Even if you have two goals or one goal or three goals, you don't have to have 10 or 12. Just a couple of goals that you're going to achieve this year. And then you can work on them little by little, by little by little, by little by little. And that makes all the difference. So, does anybody want to be brave and put a goal in the comment section here, and we can we can kind of tweak it and look at it and make sure it's really aligned with your vision. Do we have a brave soul here today? I would love to see it. I'm not sure if I can see all of the people that are on YouTube yet. I'm working on that. This tech stuff is a challenge for me, but I'm really excited that I'm live streaming straight into YouTube, and we're gonna work on being able to see you guys and see Facebook at the same time. I got somebody that's gonna be helping me with that. So Fran has a goal to record all of her passwords and put them in one place. Okay, Fran, that's a great goal. So tell me, does this goal help you in some way to move forward with the vision of what you really want in your life? Or is it just something easy to do? Okay, so right now it takes you forever to find them. So it gets in the way of you being able to move forward with doing your work in a effective way. So yeah, 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 it's not easy. Um, it gets in the way of you being able to move forward with you doing your work. So I think that's great to have one way to put all your passwords in one place and give you one effective way so you can just go get into what you need to do and start your work without having to spend 10, 15 minutes looking for your thing. And that's your January goal. So that's going to help you move forward. And so I'm going to say that helping you move forward, does it also align with ultimately you want to be a more effective person, be able to get more done? So it's going to be in alignment with the goal and getting more done. That's like a step in a larger goal, right? Because it's going to help you get more in alignment to get more stuff done that you want to do. So I would say that's a great goal. You don't have to tweak that one because it's going to help you do what you want to do more of. And it aligns with your decluttering goal, which is great because you want to be decluttered. Because if you're like me and you got to spend so long looking for everything because you haven't decluttered your digital space, I'm in the process of decluttering my digital space. So, yes, that works. All right. And we have um Lynn. Yes, 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 Fran. And then we have my word for the year is complete. So first quarter, I want to finish editing one of my books that has started and launch the first one that I wrote and is already published. Beautiful. Okay. So Lynn, I know you're a writer. It's okay if I call you Lynn. I'm sorry, my post seem to be duplicating. I'm not doing that. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna say, oh wow, hey Michelle, how you doing? So we're sitting here and you're saying your word is complete. And so your first quarter goal is to actually complete something. And you're a writer, so completing a book and launching it and publishing one and launching one that you've already published is in alignment with who you want to be because you're a writer. Is that right? I would say that would be in alignment with what you want to do, right, Linda? Okay. Michelle says her word hasn't come to her yet. And that's okay. We're really looking at what we're doing and making sure it's in alignment to what we want to do. Linda writes some great books. She really writes really well. So I would love to see and I know she's a writer. So that's in alignment with who she is. So I love that goal, that first quarter goal is actually creating more of what you want because what you want is to be out there showing your work and being recognized as an author. Is that right? Are you still here, Linda? I'm not sure. Okay. And Michelle Garrett is absolutely agreeing. She was sitting in front of her computer. Yeah, so we are what it looks like is we kind of have an alignment of our goals. And that makes the difference because it helps us get better and better at moving into what we want. And everything, I mean, if you're not creating what you want, then what's the point, right? If you're just doing it to be doing it, you're never going to get really where you want to be. And you can actually absolutely always create your life by design. You can create exactly what you want your life to be if you're willing to put in the work to figure out who you want to be. Yeah, there's no verbal here, Linda. We actually have to type in answers because I don't have a way of I don't see how you just move it. I don't know how you just do a verbal back and forth on the Facebook lives. I just know how we write them. Um, you said pick the first three words you see, and you saw two, and they were balance and experience. It's very interesting. I think that coming up with your word has to be a really personal thing based on what your vision is and where you want to go in that year and ultimately with your life, because it really is about helping you become the person you want to be and helping you experience being more of that person that you are, right? It's elevating your impact and your ability to live the life that you imagine for yourself. So we're always quoting that quote so comfortably, but then we live our lives by default. And so, well, that's great. If you like those two words, then use them, right? And that's what I'm saying. Pick words that are meaningful to you, that actually help you do what it is that you want to do. Because, and that fit you and that help you get where you want to be, because that's really all that matters. And that's kind of why now speaking of alignment, I'm offering a workshop this month because I want to help people really, really hone in on living their life by design. It's something that I've been doing with my life for the last few years, and it's helped me so much in becoming more of who I want to be. And so I want to show other people how to do it. And I'm going to be doing this 3-day workshop, and it's this is the link for it. It's going to be a 3-day workshop that helps people actually get in touch with who they are. Impact, that's the word, right? That Michelle couldn't think of, and it aligns with how she wants to show up this year. And that's me. And it's all about elevating your impact. And so, yeah, I one of the ways you do that is by creating what you want your life to be and how you want your life to be. And so I'm going to be doing this 3-day workshop, and I'm charging an absurdly low fee for it. Um, I do want people to pay for it because I want people to show up. I want them to take it seriously. But it's an absurdly low amount. It's like $7. So that you're you're showing up. And we're gonna spend 3 days so that we can so that we can actually look at our goals and set goals that actually create what we want. And I know there's been a ton of goal setting workshops since December, and some even in November and October. And so the thing that makes this different is that we don't start with, oh, here's some goals, or let's work backwards from our goals, or let's review what worked last year. We get in touch with who we are. We get in touch with what we really want. And we come from that vision. We get to envision what we want our lives to be. We want to design our lives, and we come from the vision of what our lives will be what we want our lives to be, to create the things that will move us in the direction of creating that life. So I really invite you all to check it out. And I'm really glad you were all here. I loved being here and I loved talking with you guys. And I think that it's going to be beautiful. And I love that Michelle is saying impact, impact. That's the word I couldn't think of, because I'm also going to be I'm doing a beta launch. It's going to be a beta of my 12-week group coaching program. And it's going to be called Elevate Your Impact. And it will be all about becoming more visible, being more out there, being in front of your community, and really elevating how you show up and help the people that you were meant to be able to live full out in your purpose. And this Live by Design workshop is going to be the introduction to that beta. So I loved it. I love it. Thank you, Renee. I can't believe you're here. Ooh. Hey, Dr. Renee, it's so good to see you. Wow. So a lot of you have shown up. I'm so happy to have seen you all, for all of you who have been here. And I'm really, really excited to work with you guys. So I hope you come to the workshop. And I'm really only taking 12 people for the beta program. So if you know it's something you're going to be interested in, just let me know. You can DM me, you can email me, let me know right away that you want to be in it, because I'm only taking 12 people in that beta program. So I love you guys. This was a joy talking with all of you, and I'll see you on the next side. All right. Take care, people. Bye-bye.